Good morning, fellow travelers. Just Jeremiah here at some park in Honolulu. Uh, Last night was rough. Around 1:30 I got ousted from my little box, and by like 2 something I made it over here. Yes, my stuff's still there. To this park, and by about 3:30 it started raining, so I had to go back to that bathroom over there and stay under the roof. And I kind of slept. It's 6:30 now. Every time someone walks past, I have to jump up, make sure they're not stealing my shit. And then the tennis players started playing, which is cool. Because at least the tennis players are like doing something productive. But last night I never got or took the chance to get my things organized. So when it started raining, I just ran, and I had 2 bags, and I tied them to that soccer thing over here, and they're pretty awesome. I should show more kindness to the trolls on my site, but I have people trolling me, and I think it's funny because they really don't have a clue. I haven't done my taxes in 10 years, and basically, as someone that declared like $60,000 to $80,000 a year, waiting tables most of the past 10 years, if they didn't know me, I'd be in jail, right? So I have my taxes coming in. I have about a year's unemployment from Colorado when they dropped the ball. I never got my unemployment to me. I have this lawsuit along with the $1,600 on a separate lawsuit. All the costs incurred. I have $1,700 owed to me by the Pennsylvania Treasury from like a paycheck back in like 2020, all the way through some insurance. Whenever I didn't collect my money, when I totaled the car back in the day, I have some paychecks up in Seattle still, where I was paid $15 an hour, about 4 weeks worth of paychecks there. That was my $15 an hour before server's wage. I know I'm wasting my time retaliating against people who live in their mom's basement. I mean, you have YouTube content creators, and then you have internet trolls on opposite ends of the spectrum. But I hate to say it, but it feels kind of good to get into a battle of the wits with someone like that, because I bartended at clubs. I've had so many people thinking that they're gonna be hecklers that are gonna have something that they could say that would actually offend me, or win in a battle of the wits. And you have to think on your feet. You can't just be some fucking douchebag sitting in your mom's basement if you want to bartend, or else they'll walk all over you. So yeah, it's funny because it's so easy, and they'll take it to another level, and eventually they'll cry and be like, "You're so mean," and they'll leave the channel. I know I want them to keep trolling, because the comments, the trolling comments, YouTube loves them. There's Diamond Head. I guess it is hard for them to think and imagine that someone who is now sleeping on the streets will have their own business in a few months, because what's their fucking excuse? But I do hope they watch, and I do hope they continue watching and continue trolling. And oh my gosh, poor me, it hurts my feelings so much. I know I'm giving them energy by talking about it, but at the same time, I want them to create a feedback loop with me, because the direction my life is headed in such a fast time is really going to make it hard for them to cope with the direction their life is headed over their whole entire fucking life. So hey buddy, hope you're having a great day. I slept on the ground in a park and I'm still happier than you. What's your get your shit together, dude. What's your excuse? I think I know what it is. It's the way people choose to make others feel. It's completely reflective on the way they feel about themselves. So maybe if you tried starting talking people up and building them up, you might not have to go on YouTube expecting to try to make someone feel like shit because they're living in Hawaii and they're going to start their business this summer. And I believe it. I get it. You don't actually believe in me. And yeah, I wouldn't either if I was you. Get a fucking life. So I've got that podcast coming today. I've got that other podcast coming up next month with, as I said, the guy has like almost 100,000 followers. So I gotta go actually clear headed and figure a way to feel more rested by the time I get to my job tonight, which goes for 8+ hours through midnight. And then figure out where to sleep tonight. But I think I'm gonna go buy like a hammock so I can just set it up between two trees. And the only real issue is I have to figure out where to put a lot of my stuff to break my backpack down to a smaller size. Probably Joel's. I'll hit up Joel too. So podcast, Walmart, Joel's. Work. And then lots of studying and stuff between. I mean, I could technically put my shit like under here, but I know how that works. I come back and then that's the day they clear everything away. Been there, done that. No, thank you. I'm gonna get on with my day. I'm not gonna make you watch me. Oh, it already started. Urinate in the park. I gotta let you go by. Yeah, fuck. Whatever. I got a nice haircut the other day. You can't tell because it's all messed up from sleep. Once I get shaved back up, I'll look like $1 million. I even got an outfit yesterday. I'm wearing the black shirt so it doesn't wrinkle. It's for my one job. Here, check it out. I got my my pink shirt with the palm trees. I've got neutral colored shorts, gray, because that's what goes best with pink. I did my research. And I finally got, I'm an official Hawaiian now, I got my slippas. Slippas are slippers, are flip-flops. Check it out. So I'm an official Hawaiian. And yeah, what do you think? This isn't even me faking. Like, even waking up to a bunch of trolls on YouTube trying to make fun of me and talk me down because basically they see that I'm like, things are going well, even though some of the circumstances are tough. Things are going well with my jobs. And so they're trolling me like, oh my gosh, how's someone like you going to make an underwater, you know, under $40,000 to $50,000 camera? Like, I'm going to be making over $3,000 a week soon. So all I need to do is work, you know, for like 15 weeks, save 30 grand, and then apply for a small business loan. You know, they don't understand, but I think they do understand. That's why they're upset. And I know I shouldn't feed into it, but it's like, dude, these people like live in their mom's basement. They like, yeah, they've got a bunch of crusty socks filled with you know what, and their backs are covered with pimples. Like, I can't even imagine the type of people that are trying to talk shit on my channel, like what their lives are like. None of them have their own content on their YouTube channel that they're using to be able to comment on other people's channels. But that's just it. The people that tear down snow forts have never had the energy to build them themselves. So yeah, I'm all right, whatever. Gonna have a great day. There were IT issues on the podcast, so unfortunately, yesterday was a crash, an hour and a half of trying to figure it out. We still haven't, so in about 40 minutes, we're going to try again. Sorry, I'm watching a sandpiper go for lizards. Get it, get it, get it. You can't see. Yeah, but today's the podcast. It's coming. weird stuff coming out. My friend Karen, I'm basically talking to people back from my hometown, and they're like reinforcing all the weird stuff I'm saying about knowing people that are part of the abuse that's happened, and hearing about a lot of issues. And I'm not going to go into it because we talked all about it last time. But some of them are like heavy into like Christianity now, and I guess there's pastors and such that are like talking about this stuff nowadays and trying to expose it. And so my one friend, she's two different friends, they basically got me onto like a prayer list so that like dozens of people are praying for me now as of like yesterday, because she said that basically all my nightmares, she thought it was like spiritual warfare, you know. And last night's my first night without nightmares. Now of course you gotta sleep to have nightmares. But she said I said basically I woke up, it was my first night without nightmares in over 2 weeks, ever since I mentioned going on these podcasts, which I know is weird and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I think I might have some sort of negative attachment, negative entity. So what do you do when that happens? Not smoke marijuana. I'm still sober. A little bit of sage. Gonna burn some sage, gonna meditate on my yoga mat here in the park, do my sunrise salutations, stretch, and really get into my headspace for who I am. Not who I want to be, who I am already, because that is what I'm going to manifest, is the thing that I already am, which is me, which is whatever I want me to be, and I want me to be amazing. So thanks for letting me share. Even a rough night last night. Yeah, the stars were beautiful. The rain sucked, but the ground and the island needs it. When you look towards the positive while going through something negative, it offers you respite while also helping you manifest more positive when you need it. So just focus on that and not on those stupid YouTube trolls. I don't know why it gets to me sometimes. I mean, obviously I realize who they are. What, I'm gonna talk them down and then like, crap, just imagine where they are in their life. I can't even. But yeah, I know in the past I've let them get to me. And it's funny, you know, I'm on the road, people are like, why don't you get off the road, get a real job? Then I get a job and people are like, you need to go back to being a hippie, and I do this. It's just basically the people that aren't happy with themselves are going to be the people that aren't happy with anyone else. So, whatever. I got Waikiki Beach right there. I've got Diamond Head behind me. I've got this awesome podcast that I'm about to do in just like an hour. I've got a shirt with palm trees on it. I got my slippers. And I got a big smile that, as much as people want to take it away, the smile is why they want to take it away. I do not consent. I keep hearing stuff. I thought it was birds or sirens. I just realized it's the monkeys at the zoo. Dang, I was like, what the heck is that all night? I thought I was going crazy. Just the monkeys. When I was a kid growing up, my grandfather, he'd say, oh, cuckoo monkey boy, cuckoo monkey girl, cuckoo monkey boy, who's a cuckoo monkey? And he basically, then he'd have his Budweiser always, and his big beer belly, and he'd go, big chief kaboom, and he'd boom, pop you with his belly, and he'd go flying. And then he'd spend 30 minutes explaining about how it's all muscle, and it's not a beer gut. Definitely not a beer gut. It's all muscle. And he was funny. He reminded me a lot like Fred Flintstone, to be honest. I miss him. My grandma, I was always too shy. We didn't have much food. There was a lot of scarcity. And they moved 6 blocks away so they could be there for us. And yeah, there's a lot of scarcity growing up. But I could go over there and they'd make a nice dinner and we had to sit down and not be barbarians. That was nice. But sweets are something that we didn't have much of, nor have access to. And I remember I was always too shy to ask for a cookie, but I always wanted the cookies. And so I would say to my grandma, "Grandma, could I have a glass of milk, please?" And my grandma would get me a glass of milk, and she'd say, "Would you like a cookie?" And I'd say, "Yes, please." And I never had the balls. It even got to the point where eventually, like, I could have just asked for a cookie. But I mean, I was like 18 years old. I was a grown adult when I'd go over there, and I'd literally still, all the way through from age 6 up, "Grandma, could I have a glass of milk, please? Would you like a cookie to go with that?" My grandma used to like watch me in the morning before I went to school when my mom went to work, and that was really special for us. We would eat those little routines that you have in life that while you're, going through them and in them, it doesn't mean that much, but afterwards it just means the world. She used to have this big shredded wheat, not like Frosted Mini Wheats, no, a big one. I mean, it was like honker, like that wide, and she would put hot water on it, for the little thing that comes out of the water thing, and they had the good water that came out of the jug instead of just like the sulfur water that came out of the spigot in the trailer park at our house like we had. It smelled like eggs. So that was great, and put the hot water on there, would soften it up some, and put the milk in, and then the sugar. You gotta love that sugar. Yeah, it was really special getting to have that time with my grandparents. I miss them, yeah. My grandma passed 2 years ago. My mom's funeral was the first I got to make it to. My dad passed when I was 13, and my mom didn't let me have the money to go down and see his funeral, which was tough, but hey, it got to teach me about forgiveness by offering me reasons to learn to forgive. And then my grandpa passed when I first moved back to Florida after going from Tennessee to Florida, back to Tennessee. No, right before that. Yeah, Tennessee, Florida, back to Tennessee. Back to Florida. So it was the second time going to Florida. And I just moved there. I wasn't set up, so I didn't get to run back to Pennsylvania. I remember my grandparents paid for my sister to fly out there. And then I found out that they were giving her like $400 a month allowance. I never got that stuff. And I was always like, what the heck? My sister was always like, I feel like in some ways I was a favorite, but there was a lot of resentment because I never lived up to the potential they saw. Basically, their expectations of what I should have been, not so much like what my own potential was. And my sister, I always felt like she got a free ride from my mom, from everyone. But she did go through some rough stuff when we were young that kind of had a huge effect on our family, and that maybe is part of it. But yeah, my grandfather died. I didn't get to make it. And then when I was there for my mom, my grandmother died, and my mom had talked to my grandma every day of her life until about the end when my grandma just didn't have the focus or energy. My mom knew it. And luckily at that point I was there for my mom. And so when her mom passed, I couldn't fly back. Well, I could have, but I wasn't going to fly back and go to the funeral and leave my mom all alone. So what I did was stay there with her. We did our own memorial. I wasn't there, unfortunately, when my mom passed. And that was very tough for me because that was a huge goal of mine, is to help guide her. But I still got to be there for her. Spiritual and emotional connections, they're so much stronger than physical connections. And but I got to go to her funeral and I got to give her eulogy. I'll put the My Mother playlist after this. I've never been a mama's boy, but I don't think I've ever been so proud or grown so much as when I got to spend those last 3 years with my mom, helping her to heal, helping myself to heal, being there for her when she really needed me. And for that, I feel truly blessed. And thank you for letting me share a little bit into some of the softer side of my family life. My brother still hasn't hit me back, but I'll just wait a few months and try again. What can I do? What can I say? easy when there's rough stuff going on to say hurtful things. And yeah, I don't know. Some people are good at processing things. Some people aren't so good at processing things. I just feel better knowing that I'm trying to put in the work. And I'm hoping that we can rebuild something. If not, I'm pretty happy on my own. And to be completely honest and overly honest, my family's toxic as fuck. You know, they end up leaving me feel drained. And it's always been about them. And to be honest, I don't want them to resent themselves when they're older and they realize, you know, that they don't have those connections. They have them with each other. That's great. But I'm far from perfect, so it's okay to not have them with me. Yeah, it's going to hurt them later, and I hope that we can fix things before then. I know that a lot of times I'm not giving my sister as much energy and time and love as I should or I could, and that hurts me. So it's something I need to work on and I plan to work on. But sometimes it's like, it's hard. So I get it. Oh man, it's so pretty. So pretty. I'm gonna get ready for that podcast. I think this little creek stream thing is gonna be a perfect spot. I wish there was a bench right next to it. Why isn't there a bench right next to the water here? I would love a spot where I can like set my back down. I got everything in my bag. I even have a shirt covering the sleeping pad. So it's obvious but not obvious about my situation. I'm tired. Fastest animal in the world. Fastest flying animal in the world is a duck species flying at 65 miles an hour. Ducks. The dark side of ducks. Let me wait till this guy goes by so he doesn't hear me talking about duck penises. So ducks are like one of the highest rates of like unwilling sex and reproduction of any animal species. I think it's like 98 to 99% rape, with the females being totally unwilling to give it up. You know, buy me some flowers, take me to dinner first. Come on, you Mr. Duck. That's not that funny, but I guess the female anatomy had the duck anatomy. Oh, getting rapey. It's getting really rapey in here. Not things I should joke about, but it's duck rape. So I guess the females, they designed their uteruses in such a way that they were like a twisty spiral so that the men ducks couldn't get in there easy. So the boy ducks, their penises literally changed in a type of sexual warfare where they became these weird spiral things. And basically, look up a duck erection online. Watch a video. A duck's penis is about 2.5 feet long. I wish I was kidding. I've never seen one in real life, or else I would have had nightmares last night. Last night's the first night I haven't had nightmares in 2 weeks plus. And as much as it sounds funny, I was telling the dark nightmares to my friend from back home, Karen Watson, and she is basically a firm believer that there's like some weird spiritual stuff going on with the modern day global elite agenda, and that certain people might get targeted if they know too much, or if they just have some weird negative attachment in their psyche, or if they've been a product of some type of weird abuse, or their family had been part of some weird stuff, and there's like a generational curse, or what we might call epigenetic memory. And yeah, she prayed for me and put me on a prayer list. So did my friend Ian back home from Donate Christian Skates, which he's going to rebrand the name from. And so basically there's dozens of people praying for me right now in my dream, for my dreams to get better. And last night I had no nightmares. Although you have to sleep to have nightmares. I got to get ready for that podcast. I'm rambling. Loving you. Bye, Johanna.
$100 in a cloud. It's okay.
What you want to do that for? What you want to do that for? What you want to do that for?
Because it makes good content.
Hey, fuck you, bro.
Gotcha.
Huh?
Gotcha.
Put the fucker down.
Will you please step away, sir?
No. I pay tax.
Gotcha.
Fuck you.
Appreciate-
Like, you see all them fuckers there? They know
Yeah,
me.
Gotcha. Well,
They're
I'm sorry,
fucking
but
homeless. They're fucking me too.
here, let me get this out of your
Tell
face.
them, go back to
That guy had screamed, and I asked him if he's all right, so he started yelling at me and talking all sorts of shit, getting in my face, so I pulled out the camera. I wasn't gonna put it on YouTube. I tried my best to apologize just for showing any type of disrespect, but to be honest, it has nothing to do with the fact that I'm from the mainland. It's just a lot of people's way of just relinquishing any type of accountability for wanting to treat people like shit and thinking they have an excuse. People back where I grew up, they did it too. It's called xenophobia. If you don't like people from the outside places, a lot of times it's because it's fear-based, xenophobia. This might be disrespectful to people, but the way you choose to treat people is directly reflective about the way you feel about yourself. So if someone's trying to tell me that I don't belong here, a lot of times it's because they don't even feel like they belong here. It sucks, but psychology's a bitch. I'm getting ready for that stream. I'm hoping that noise of the ocean isn't too much. Maybe I'll move a little farther away. But it's about 10 minutes away, I can't wait. Maybe you'll watch, maybe you did watch. Man, beautiful girl snorkeling. Nothing like a backpack and or a snorkel. I love that shit. I'm so weak. Show my surroundings. This is where I'm gonna sit to do my 3-hour stream. Why not? Don't want to shove the camera in people's faces even though I'm just panning. There's Waikiki. Heck yeah. Yeah, so I'm loving the weather today. It's so nice. The water is so blue. The podcast went great. He just let me know he lost 4 subs already. Ha. So maybe it's not the channel for it. I mean, honestly, when I started talking about the dark occults and how a lot of that stuff works, a place like the Slabs is not going to like that stuff. So we'll see if Carlos wants me to do round 2. That type of topic is probably suited much better for the What Lurks Beneath channel, which I have scheduled for next month, which has, again, almost 100,000 subscribers. I just talked about my life's journey. I'd love if you checked out the video of the first stream. Carlos is a genuine enough guy. He might still do the second one, but if not, I won't take it as offense. I want him to do what's right for his channel. And again, a lot of the slab topics are like a lot of drama, and mine was a lot of positivity. So unfortunately, there's a lot more immediate reaction from negativity. So it seems like the more powerful of the two. But, you know, good energy is slow rolling energy. So anything good coming his way might just take some time. I'm so hungry. I might go get another BB's burger and take a look at places for rent, weekly rentals or monthly rentals. Yeah, the first is Tuesday, and who knows? Maybe I could get set up into an apartment by then. I'm not selling it short. I'm gonna have to figure out some sort of cover. I need shade from the rain, so I can't, don't have to sleep like that out in the open. This backpack's manageable. I can bring it to like one of the jobs, and I guess maybe the other. I just don't want to be judged. At the same time, I have all the paperwork saying what happened and who I am, and that I wasn't in the wrong. So who really knows? That's a cool spot up there. Oh wow, that's where he's staying. That's a great spot. Sorry, boss. Yeah, so I should stop just eating burgers. So much for pescatarianism, but damn, it was good. I need food. I'm hungry. I'm gonna let you go. Let's flip around to the other side and check out Waikiki Beach. Right. Duke Poau Kahanamoko. From August 24th, 1890 to January 22nd, 1968. That means he was 78 years old when he passed. It says that Duke was raised in Waikiki. Duke was a full-blooded Hawaiian who symbolized Hawaii to the millions of people. He developed into an Olympic champion and the world's fastest swimmer. Between 1912 and 1932, he won 3 gold medals, 2 silver, and a bronze in 4 Olympics. He is known as the father of international surfing. Duke introduced surfing to the eastern seaboard of America, Europe, and Australia. He became a hero when he saved 8 lives from a capsized launch at Corona del Mar, California, in 1925 using his surfboard. A movie actor from 1925 to 1933, he was elected sheriff of Honolulu for 13 consecutive terms from 1934 to 1960. He has been recognized as Hawaii's ambassador of Aloha since 1912. He has honored his name. He has honored his race. He has honored his state. He has honored all of us. It's pretty awesome. What a cool guy. I've only ever saved one person from drowning. He saved 8 at one time. That's humbling. He really looks larger than life in that statue. And regardless of how tall he really was, I'm sure he was larger than life. I would love to meet someone like Duke. I may have already. Hey, maybe you're someone like Duke. But sometimes we don't really notice how great people are until they're gone. So make sure that you think about the people that are great in your life. The people like Duke, who it might be easy to overlook. Because you don't want to have to wait until they're gone to realize that. Unfortunately, there's more flowers bought for funerals than there are while people are alive. Because oftentimes it's easier to regret than it is to show appreciation while someone is alive. Don't wait till you have to regret. Show the people who are great in your life that you care about them. Tell them you care about them. Make them know it. Don't make them wonder. I care about you and I think you're awesome. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, so like last night when I was working, I was just filled with so much positive energy and hard work. And it's funny, I ended up having someone, a table give me $5 as an extra tip, just being a busser, like on top of my cash that I earned. And then someone else giving me $20 as an extra tip. So on top of that, I made $10 an hour, and I made $217. So I walked with $240 plus $80, walked with $320 bussing tables. That's the job I quit. That's a little bit of, I got to be careful sharing money and talking about money. My grandfather taught me that it's rude to talk about money or what you have, what you don't have. It's just not good. But yeah, that's the job I quit. So although I'm not in my place yet, even though I've already paid for this entire month at a house that I've been denied from and had to pay almost another $1,500 in losses and everything and rebuying new stuff that I'm still denied and taking some pretty big hits. I'm almost to the point where I can afford my new apartment. And I'm hoping that today is Sunday and it's like the 26th. I'm hoping that by the 1st of March that I might be able to get my own room. And I'm going to go, as I said, grab a burger and look on Craigslist and try to manifest something positive. Because, yeah, I want a place I can stay. Yeah, it'll make me feel better. And I'm already feeling great, so the world will do nothing but bring me up and not hold me back. And I'm headed for the greatness that I know I deserve. Taking you along with me. Gotta share that extra energy. Peace. So yeah, I got like maybe 3 hours of sleep, if that, last night, and it was not great sleep. No nightmares for my first time in 2 weeks. But I literally have to lay down in a park and take a nap before work, or else I'm gonna not be able to make it tonight. So I'm gonna sleep for 2 hours. I've gotta like tie something on my backpack to me so that no one can steal my shit if I fall asleep hard. It's scary, but I'm ready to park right by my job, sleeping, so I'm gonna cover my face. They won't know it's me. Yeah, this is probably one of the harder parts of this time since. It's just having to be this way out in the open. But set this sage and my ego aside. I'll pick them back up later. gonna attach this backpack cord to my pants and then take this nap and set my alarm. Loving you. Hey there, I tried to take a 2-hour nap. It didn't work. I'm parched. I need water. I need caffeine. Never thought I would even say that, but I need caffeine. Someone from my other job almost saw me laying in the park and I had to dive to the ground. So I had to cover myself with my sheets so the flies weren't on me. It reminded me of the slabs. And cover my face, and it was hot. So I didn't really get sleep, but I do feel better because I laid still and rested. And yeah, now I'm headed to an ABC store so I can get some coconut water and an energy drink. Then I'm headed to the family bathroom in the International Marketplace so I can shave and brush my teeth, get some deodorant on, maybe like rinse up a little bit. Then I've got to get some of my work outfit on. It's hard to keep whites white up at Sky because I'm a busser, but I still like buying the nice fancy shirts. I feel like it helps show them that I'll look great as a server. So I'm headed to Ross to go buy another nice like $12 button down. Scrub some of the like sauce. I got a little bit of sauce in my pants, so I'll scrub that off with club soda when I get to work early, and then I'll be all prepped and look great, look happy and ready. I'm not down right now, but I'm a little like and I lost my mask, so hopefully the ABC store will give one to me. And what else? What's up, guys? Thanks for serving. And then yeah, I'm putting out responses to Craigslist ads for places to stay. So I have a place to look at early in the morning, like $700 a month. I'll need $1,400. I've got pretty much the $700, but you know, I might reach out to a friend and see if he'd like lend me the rest of the money towards that. I've been tossing all my money towards more work uniforms and the food I need to survive, and buying all the stuff I need, like a sleeping pad and everything else. So I've got a bunch of floating paychecks and so much other stuff. And you know, again, I'm training, so I'm not earning the money that night at some of the jobs, but everything's great. I feel good. I'm gonna go ask for a mask and get something in me to give me a little more pep in my step. Maybe help this parched throat. Thanks for watching. I'll see you.